Hey, what's going on, guys? Doc Danny here with the PT Entrepreneur Podcast, and I want to get into a little bit of marketing advice with you guys today, something that has worked really well for us in our practice with Athletes Potential, and that I see working really well for our coaching clients as well that we work with in our mastermind group. So here's what I want you guys to see. So number one, it's all a concept of how do we get people back to our website more. So this is sort of what we consider the central hub of our marketing efforts. So one big mistake that I see in younger entrepreneurs in particular is that they're really social media savvy, which is not a bad thing, but they're very, very reliant on social media for their business almost exclusively. And what happens with that is you don't own Instagram, you don't own Facebook. You may have a page, but they could potentially kick you off at any time and or change their algorithm whenever they want. So a few years ago, when you put things out on social media, everybody that liked your page would see it. So Facebook decided, you know what? We don't want to do that anymore. Only about 10% of the people that follow your page are going to see it. And if you want everybody to see it, you're going to have to pay for it, right? You have to boost a post or you have to target people. And that's how they make money. It's a business, right? Now, video may be working really well right now, Instagram stories and Facebook Lives, but that doesn't mean that Facebook's not going to take those things and eventually charge you to have those things work really well like they are now. So here's what I want you to think about. What are you doing with all that social media effort that you're putting in? Are you sending people back to your website where you have an opportunity to engage with them, teach them something, and for them to learn a little bit more about you? You should be if you're not, because you own this. And unless, like, very, very slim chance that gets hacked, and it's probably never going to happen, your website is yours and you can do with it what you want. You can control that experience. You can control what content they get sent to you first. All of that is up to you. So what we like to do is send everybody back to our site because that is something we can control. So all our social media efforts always link back to the site. Video, blog posts, whatever it might be, back to the site. Email, we send a weekly newsletter out, and that newsletter has embedded links that send people back to our site. Live events, we always try to get people to go to our website with a relevant blog post that we have on a topic that maybe we're teaching about, right? So we get their information and we try to send them back to our website. Now, once they come here, we can develop a relationship with them. We also become a subject matter expert source of information, which is huge because this is all something that people share with their friends and family, which may also be prospects and leads for us in the future. So once they're here, we develop that relationship. Some of them will turn into leads. That means maybe they exchange their information with us for some sort of opt-in sequence. Maybe they leave us a contact form and say, hey, I want to talk to somebody on the phone, or hey, I want to know more about X, Y, and Z. And we get to engage with them and give them some information. Now, from there, many of them turn into paying clients, right? So now we make revenue. Once we fulfill that promise and give them a super, incredible brand experience, customer experience, which we know we can do, they're going to love working with us. They're going to get the results that they want. They're going to go and they're going to tell all their friends and family how awesome we are, but we're still going to communicate with them and follow up with them. So we do that by, again, email. So we're going to send them an email once a week in our newsletter with links back to the site, right? Maybe we do live events that they come to. And again, we try to direct them back to the site. Maybe we do social media posts that are just directed towards somebody like they are. Maybe it's a boosted post. Maybe it's there's no money behind it at all, but they follow our page and they see it. And again, that sends them back to our website. Every chance we get, we're sending people back to our website. So if you're not focusing on your site, if you're not sending people back to that, every chance that you get, you're missing out on opportunity, you're missing out on leads, and you're missing out on revenue. And that's what really matters because that's what drives your business. Guys, if you like information like this and you want to learn more about marketing, I highly recommend you take a look at our Gym PT Blueprint course. If you go to drdannymatei.com, you can learn more about that. In that course itself, we go over a ton of marketing, and this is our strategy, just the tip of the iceberg of what we do. Right now, if you'd like to learn more about some of the things that we do teach, you can go click the link below and you can get my information that I think you should have learned in PT school in regards to business, which is probably you learned zero like I did. So you can get our report there of our 8 tips of what you should have learned in PT school, but you didn't. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions on this. Love to hear from you. And thanks again for listening to the PT Entrepreneur Podcast.